Hi, welcome back to another edition of Max and Nicky 1000th Time Reactions,
where we react to a song after listening to it for our 1000th time.
Mm-hmm. We release 3 videos a day, every day.
So please hit that subscribe button
so you don't miss out on all this amazing content of ours.
That's right.
So what are we going to listen to right now, Max?
We're going to listen to If You Leave Me Now by Chicago.
Mm-hmm. Now, we know that 25 or 64 might be the most reacted to song by Chicago on YouTube right now, but this is one of our personal favorites, actually.
Sure is, Nicky.
And it has been for a long time. And we wore this song out when we were in high school. So,
well, not just that, in college and abroad as well. But before we listen to the song, we should mention, as we normally do,
that we have another channel called Max and Nicky, on which we perform oldies, tunes, jazz standards, and originals in that vein.
And we have comedy videos on there as well.
Mm-hmm. So check that out if you'd like.
But for right now, let's take a listen to If You Leave Me Now. Sometimes I actually just say If You Leave. Well, because at first I was going to say If You Leave, but then I was like, oh no, If You Leave Me Now.
If You Leave would be the orchestral maneuvers in the dark.
That's right. We're not going to listen to that, but we'll listen to that in the future. But for right now, we're going to listen to If You Leave Me Now by Chicago.
For our 1000th time.
Here we go.
And if
It's a classic.
That song is so good. It kind of makes me want to cry, actually. I mean, it's really good. For me, here's the thing. When I was studying abroad,
In France,
I traveled a lot during the time, times we had off from school. And during those times, I had a small MP3 player that could only hold a certain number of songs on it. And one of those songs was this song. And I don't know, it was the first time I kind of spent a long period of time apart from him, actually. And I don't know, for some reason, I
studied in a different city in France, and we usually traveled separately.
Right. Once in a while, we would visit each other. But for the most part, I was on my own. And this was kind of one of those songs that kind of made me nostalgic, actually, because we would listen to the song a lot in high school. And I don't know, I listened to that song a lot, and I don't know, I just thought about that a lot, So
in fact, I think we first heard this song,
even though it has, it's clearly about, something a little bit different than that, but
sure, it's Chicago at this point, the musical direction of Chicago was really being dictated greatly by Peter Cetera and the ballads he would write. Peter Cetera is the lead singer on this.
Yeah, I mean,
most of
Peter Cetera kind of started taking more of the lead singer role. I think he sang on a few in the past too, right?
25 or 64.
Yeah, right. That's
he
right.
He sings lead on that.
Oh, but no, I think it's both of them. No, it's just Peter Cetera.
Yeah.
Well, he took even more so the lead.
But like Saturday Night or Saturday in the Park
is Robert Lamb.
Yeah, it's Robert Lamb or I guess was he the other lead singer or?
Yeah, okay. Absolutely. Terry Kath sang on a couple of them, but those were usually a little bit more kind of grittier sounding ones. But or
what was it? Time After. What's the song? Was it? What's that other song?
I'm not sure what you're thinking right now.
There's a lot of Robert Lamb songs too.
Well, anyway, but the point is, this was late 70s, and then even into the 80s, Chicago's output tended to be or at least in the early 80s, tended towards kind of the soft rock, I guess you would call it.
Sure, soft rock. Some might put it in that category of what they like to call yacht rock. I don't like to call it that.
No, well, this I don't like to call it yacht rock, but this I actually would call. I would soft call this soft rock. Actually, this song,
and this song doesn't feature that nice big sound of the brassy sound of the wind section of Chicago, but
the horns are in here, but they're a little bit more. They're not. They're just kind of more.
They're not up front.
They're more orchestral sounding.
Yeah, I mean, in fact, the first horn you hear is a French horn, which is not a part of the Chicago band necessarily. That was orchestration.
Not to say orchestral can have a brassy effect as well. I guess I just mean sort of. There's a softer quality to it, obviously.
Sure, but I really like the strings on this. On the B section, you hear like the
tremolo,
of the violins. That's really cool.
But I also I really like when. After the guitar solo and it comes back into the bridge, the strings go, just this.
Sure, yeah. There's just some glissando kind of effect, maybe, or
not a glissando actually,
or maybe just a chromatic kind of.
Quick. It's not a chromatic. It's just kind of going up the scale really fast, but.
Right. Okay.
But or is it going up the scale? I kind of forgot, but it does do this long. It holds. This long tone out on the strings that it's really really nice.
It's a really good song. We first heard it. I think there was this. When we were younger, we've talked about this in previous reaction videos. But when we were younger, they would sell these compilation albums on TV. Mm-hmm. You would have to call an 800 number to order them, and there was this one compilation album that had all of these late 70s, early 80s adult contemporary hits. Like this song, "Steal Away" by Robbie Dupree,
Reminiscing
by the Little River Band, and things like that. "Hot Child in the City," "Escape," the Pina Colada song. Anyway, there were a lot of those adult contemporary songs that we really grew attached to, and we really liked a lot. And
most of them, at least. Most of them.
This was definitely one of the hits. We never ordered that album, but we would look these songs up and
Yeah, and
find a way to get them.
right. And then I found out that at one point during my sophomore year of high school, I found out that a couple of our friends knew this song too, and they were singing along to it. And I'm like, you know that song too.
Well, it is actually,
even though it's a very popular song.
The song
obviously,
is
in high school that can be kind of a source of just of connection,
But this song is actually it is featured in the movie Shaun of the Dead. Actually,
No, but this was before that came out. Actually,
Sure.
Because Shaun of the Dead came out in 2004, correct?
I think it came out in 2005, maybe 6.
No, but I think definitely not 2006. That's for sure. It might have come out in 2005, but we saw it before it came out in theaters. Though our friends had somehow a copy of it because I think it might have come out in England first. But
whatever.
Anyway, we're going on a
neither
big
here nor
tangent right
there.
now. The point is, we got attached to it in high school.
The song, that is.
The song, and then I got really attached to it when I was in college, and I don't know, it makes me, even just the song.
We would
itself,
hear it a lot on the radio.
It makes me want to cry a little bit.
We would hear this a lot on the radio when we were driving to school in high school, and
Sure.
It's a good one.
And Peter Cetera, man, what vocals does that guy have? He's
Sure.
great.
His daughter's a singer actually too.
We'll probably listen to another of our favorite Peter Cetera numbers later on, which is
Glory of Love.
Glory of Love
Sure.
from Karate Kid Part 2.
Sure, but
Soundtrack.
we'll listen to more Chicago. We'll listen to more of the Chicago that maybe
They're more known.
They're more known
No,
for
well,
it.
actually, I think "If You Leave Me Now" was their highest selling song. Actually,
Sure, but I think they're more known for that, that horn section and kind of
that jazz rock
jazz
type
rock.
of thing.
Anyway, I think
yeah.
that'll do it for this video. If you like what you heard and saw today, please hit that subscribe button and ding that post notification bell to find out about more Max and Nicky reaction videos.
Please keep tuning in.